Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm Ernest Jeffrey. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our video. The game. Ohio State traveling to the Big House to take on the Michigan Wolverines. Both teams are undefeated. There's drama and storylines all over the place when it comes to this matchup. Jim Harbaugh is suspended. He cannot coach in this game for the Wolverines after the sign-stealing incident that's been going on with the Michigan Wolverines for the last month of college football. It's dominated the headlines, and Ohio State fans, they believe that this is their opportunity to beat the Michigan Wolverines for the first time in the last 3 seasons after they dominated the rivalry the previous 8 years before that. But the Michigan fans, they believe that they can win this game without Jim Harbaugh because they feel that their quarterback J.J McCarthy is better than Kyle McCord, that their defense can shut down the Buckeye offense. But this is going to be a fantastic matchup, and me and Will and D, we preview and predict, and it took us a long time to figure out who we thought would win, but we break down this Michigan-Ohio State matchup and whether we believe that the Buckeyes or the Wolverines will come out triumphant, and whichever team wins is going to make the college football playoff as long as they beat Iowa in the Big Ten championship game, and the loser is going to be sweating because a lot of things are going to have to happen for them to make the college football playoff.
Now we have the game, Ohio State and Michigan.
This is the game that everybody's waiting for. Kyle McCord, J.J McCarthy, Ryan Day versus nameless Jim Harbaugh because he's not there. And, man, it's in the Big House. I don't know, man. I have gone back and forth on this game all day to try to figure out in my mind who I'm going to pick to win this game. And I still, even right now, just I'm not 100% certain. And I understand there is no certainty when you make a pick. But some games, you just feel it. You know, you got that team, and you pick that team. And even if the team doesn't win, you felt confident in your pick at least. I have no confidence either way when it comes to this game. Michigan's favored by 3.5, which is basically the home field. And the big argument is Jim Harbaugh, if he was coaching, could Ohio State win this game? And my answer to that is yes. I do believe, even if Jim Harbaugh was coaching Michigan, that the Buckeyes could still win this game. And I know that if Ohio State does win this game, a lot of Michigan fans are going to say that if we had Harbaugh, we would have won. And I know that if Michigan beats Ohio State, and the Michigan fans are going to be like, we beat you without Harbaugh. And Buckeyes fans are going to be really upset if that happens. Just imagine that. If Michigan beats Ohio State without Harbaugh, they'll be like, we beat you without Harbaugh. Imagine what we'd have done if we had him. So, I mean, it's going to be crazy no matter what. There are going to be storylines. It's been a storyline all year. It's basically taken over college football news for the last 3 weeks with all this Michigan stuff. It's like Ohio State and Michigan, the game is the only game that matters. All these other games don't matter. It's only this game. It's a big game, and I'm looking forward to Big Noon Kickoff. There's going to be so many people watching this game. The storylines, the drama, just to get to this point. And both teams are 11-0. But without Harbaugh, I do believe it's going to make this game tight. It is going to be so close because Michigan, their offense doesn't look as dynamic without him out there. Objectively, against Penn State, Maryland, they just don't look as crisp. The team don't look as crisp. But playing in the big game, they're going to be focused. Kyle McCord, the big argument for him to be able to win is because they won at Notre Dame, even though Notre Dame should have won, but still, Kyle McCord went down the field, led to victory. They beat Penn State. Other than that, Ohio State really hasn't done too much. You know, they haven't really played as many other great teams. But Kyle McCord, he's shown that he can win in a tough environment. And Marvin Harrison Jr. is the most talented player on the field. He's fantastic. And Henderson's been playing better as the season's gone on. Corum's been struggling a bit, you know, compared to what he used to do. He's not putting up as many yards as he used to. Donovan Edwards has struggled. But Michigan has a good defense. And it's at home. And they have the fact they've won 2 times in a row. But Ohio State, are they going to let Michigan win 3 times in a row? I don't know. I mean, they objectively are not going to want to let that happen. But before I make my pick, I got to let you go first, Will.
When it goes between the close games, I look at the quarterbacks. I have more faith in J.J. McCarthy than I do Kyle McCord. I have more faith in Michigan's defense than I do Ohio State's offense. I am worried that Michigan might have a harder time running the ball this year. But I'm still going to give it more faith to Michigan because they've done it before. They've beaten Ohio State before, unlike what it was back in the day, 2 years ago when I'm like, okay, I'll have to see it before I believe it. I just have faith that this Michigan team will they know how to beat Ohio State. I think they'll do it again. I think it's going to be Wolverines 31, Buckeyes 24.
I agree with your assessments, man. I mean, you talk about McCord and McCarthy, and a lot of Ohio State fans will tell you McCord is better than McCarthy, which I just don't see how that's the case. Objectively looking at both, it's not that McCord's played bad, but when you look at Marvin Harrison Jr., he helps McCord out big time.
Well, the Michigan secondary is pretty good.
Michigan,
and so
I mean, they've got good receivers,
and Marvin
but they don't
Harrison
have that
didn't do much against Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
So why should I believe he's going to do much against Ohio State?
But I just think when you look at Ohio State, their other receivers haven't done enough. You know, like Ibuka, I mean, he's good, and they got some other guys, but like Harrison Jr. has been the main focus. That's why if you take him out, like if you double team a lot and you just make it difficult on him, the other guys just don't step up as much. And like I said, Harris has really helped out McCord of the season. And Michigan's got good receivers, but I just don't know if they have as good receivers as Harrison, but they have a collective unit that's pretty good. I don't trust this pick. I've gone back and forth with it, but I'm going to go with Michigan to beat Ohio State 31-28. I think that they're going to do it 3 times in a row. It's going to be close, and without a Harbaugh, it makes me even more, non-trusting in Michigan to get it done the way they've looked lately. But they're at home. Ohio State, McCord, they just haven't looked good enough for me to believe that they can go on the road and win at Michigan. They can win, and if they do win, of course, people are going to be like, we knew it. We knew it. But like Michigan, they'll say that you only won because we didn't have Harbaugh, like I said before. Storylines galore in this game. It's going to be madness whatever happens. But I'm going to go with Michigan to win 31-28. I do think their defense will shut down Ohio State's offense enough. And Michigan, even though their offense isn't perfect, especially now without Harbaugh being at home, I think they'll do just enough to get the win. But, man, it's going to be a great game. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below. Comment down below what you think about the game, the rivalry between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines, and whether you believe that Ohio State can go to the Big House to beat Michigan, or whether you believe that Michigan can win without Jim Harbaugh and knock off the Buckeyes for the 3rd straight season, and what you think about me and Will and D's pick for the game. Follow me on Twitter as well. Link is in the description, and I'll see you next time.